This video took a ton of time to dig through the research to get the data. So we did the calculations for you to settle this debate once and for all to see who actually advances more players per capita per year. And we even have a little bonus section here if you stick around to the end. What's going on, guys? This is Braden from Advancement Hockey Advising here. And today, a long-awaited video, we're ranking the BCHL and which are the best teams in the BC when it comes to advancing players NCAA D1. I know you guys have been waiting for this one for a long time now. We got so many comments asking, ranking the BCHL teams, which have the best caliber, which are the best to move on players NCAA D1. You know, after we made the NAHL video, ranking the teams there, ranking the NCDC, you know, doing all these rankings and stuff, we get so many questions for the BCHL. So hopefully, you know, after doing all this research, all this data searching, everything like that, we actually find the answer here and we can give it to you guys straight. We actually do have a nice list for you that's nice, objective, and shows you in the past 5 years which BCHL teams have been most effective at placing guys NCAA D1 and moving them on. And we even have a little bonus section here if you stick around to the end to show you what are the conferences that the BCHL teams move on players to the most, and the pro leagues, how many players actually go pro from the BCHL. So we have that all broken down nicely for you in this video here. If you like these kind of videos, if you don't get tired of seeing my face in every video, absolutely destroy that like button. It goes such a long way for the algorithm, for more people like you that enjoy junior hockey, NCAA hockey, and so on to see these videos. So absolutely destroy that like button. It's free and it goes a long way. And if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward. Okay, with that being said here, let's dive right into the rankings here of the top BCHL teams when it comes to advancing players NCAA D1. All right, so the first BCHL team here on our list, it comes as no surprise, it's the 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. These guys have been a powerhouse in the BCHL for such a long time now, and they're renowned as the best program, or one of the best programs in Canada when it comes to the junior A level. So in the past 5 years, they've moved on 51 players to the NCAA D1 level. That's actually bananas. That's crazy. That's just over 10 players a year moved on to the NCAA D1 level. That means that their team is stacked every single season. So number 2 on our list here, we have the Chilliwack Chiefs, advancing 38 players to the NCAA D1 level in the past 5 years. So another, you know, significant program when it comes to advancing players to the NCAA level. Now, still a big drop off compared to the 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, but that's expected. That team is an absolute powerhouse. But Chilliwack, still a really good program, still advances players to the NCAA D1 level year by year. Third on our list, we have the Wenatchee Wild that advanced players, 31 players to the NCAA D1 level in the past 5 years. So still very significant. 3B, on our list, we have the Salmon Arms. God, I can't speak today. The Salmon Arms Silverback, also advancing 31 players to the NCAA D1 level in the past 5 years. So kind of like a 3A, 3B situation. So number 4 on our list here, we have the Coquitlam Express that have advanced 28 players to the NCAA D1 level in the past 5 years. And then number 5, we have the Victoria Grizzlies that advanced 27 players to NCAA D1 in the past 5 years. So pretty significant and really nice top 5. I'm just going to go down the list so you guys know afterwards what the remaining teams are. So we have Prince George Spruce Kings at 19 advancements, the Nanaimo Clippers also at 19 advancements, West Kelowna Warriors 18 advancements, Cowichan Valley Capitals, I definitely butchered that name, sorry guys, I'm the worst when it comes to names, at 16 advancements, Alberni Valley Bulldogs at 16 advancements, Trail Smoke Eaters at 15 advancements, Vernon Vipers at 14 advancements, Powell River Kings at 14, Surrey Eagles at 11, Merritt Centennials at 10, Langley Rivermen at 9, Cranbrook Bucks at 8. So hopefully that list there gives you a pretty good idea as to where teams kind of stack to one another when it comes to advancing players to the NCAA D1 level. Now, let's dive into conferences and the totals, number of players playing NCAA D1 from the BCHL in the past 5 years. So we're going to see here, based on the trends, where does the BC really focus advancing players to. So it seems that number 1 conference is ECAC, with 110 players currently playing in the ECAC from the BCHL. So that's pretty significant. They seem to move on a lot of players there. Second is Atlantic Hockey BC at 80. And that comes as no surprise. Probably players that, you know, are mid to lower end in the BC, those are the guys that probably get committed to Atlantic hockey, okay? Because it's a little bit of a weaker conference in NCAA D1 altogether. But still, it's a nice sign seeing that a lot of ECAC schools, especially the Ivy Leagues, are focusing in on BCHL players, and then Atlantic at number 2. At number 3, we have the Hockey East Conference at 65, which is really reassuring. It's one of the strongest conferences in NCAA hockey. So 65 players currently playing there really shows the strength of the BC. Next, you have the CCHA, which is at 64, so just under Hockey East. So it seems to be a pretty even distribution there of players playing from the BC. Next, we have Independent, which means that, you know, the mid to lower end BC players probably receiving commits to independent programs at 31. Then you have the NCHC at 30, so a little bit less, which surprises me because it's a lot of teams out west and the BCHL is out west. So I thought I'd say a bit more here, but nevertheless, that's what it is. And last but not least, it's the Big Ten with 25 players from the BCHL playing there, which also surprised me a little bit. Grand total is 405 players currently playing NCAA D1 hockey that have been in the BCHL in the past. So honestly, like, kind of crazy when you think about it. The BC really moves on a lot of players. So if you're comparing the BCHL to the NAHL, because everybody wants to have that comparison, everybody wants to know, okay, which one's actually better, which league to go to. Honestly, when you run the numbers, it's so close that it doesn't really matter which league that you go to. So if you look at the total commitments to NCAA D1 for the past 5 years, for the BCHL, it's 405. Okay, so if you do that divided by the 17 teams, you get 23.8 D1 commits per capita in 5 years. And if you do it per year, so if you divide it by 5, it's going to be 4.8 commits per capita per year. Contrast that to the NAHL, which has a total number of commits is 787 in the past 5 years. Now you're probably thinking, oh, the NAHL, it's a better league because it has better commits. Not so fast, because the NAHL has 32 teams versus the BCHL that has 17 teams. So if you divide 787 by 32, you get 24.6 D1 commits per capita in 5 years, so a little bit over the BC. And if you divide it by 5, you get 4.9 D1 commits per capita per year, compared to the BCHL that's 4.8. The difference is so small that my advice to guys always is don't really look at the prestige of the league between the two leagues here. Look at how good the team is and which team is going to give you the most ice time. Those are the factors that really matter the most, and that's why choosing the BCHL or the NAHL, it doesn't matter the league, it's the team and the ice time that you get that you should be rooting for. And last but not least, I did say I would give you guys a special bonus as to the pro side of things, how many players are currently playing in good pro leagues from the BCHL. I'm not going to bore you guys with too many details. This video is probably long enough as it is, but just to give you guys an idea. So currently in the NHL, we have 19 players that played in the BCHL. That's pretty outstanding. You know, it's not in the past 5 years, it's, you know, lifetime. So it's guys currently playing in the NHL right now. They play in the BCHL at some point. So that's pretty significant when you think about it. Next, you look at the AHL. You have 47 players currently playing in the A that played in the BC. And then you look at the ECHL, you have currently 73 players playing the ECHL that came from the BCHL. So pretty cool numbers to see. It really goes to show that the BC is a great league. They move players on NCAA D1, and some of them do end up playing pro one day. Actually, a good portion of them, and even in the NHL. So pretty cool to see, and I think that's a good wrap, a good way to end the video here. This video is very long, very informative, so just a quick recap of the main points. First, starting with the BCHL advancements to NCAA D1 team by team in the past 4 to 5 years or so. Number 1, we have the Penticton Vs at 51 advancements. Number 2, we have the Chilliwack Chiefs at 38 advancements. Number 3A and 3B, so we have the Wenatchee Wild and the Salmon Arm Silverbacks at 31 advancements each in the past 5 years. Number 4, we have the Coquitlam Express at 28 advancements in the past 5 years. And number 5, we have the Victoria Grizzlies at 27 advancements in the past 5 years. So looking at conferences here, the ECAC is the top NCAA D1 conference when it comes to BCHL advancing players to NCAA D1. And then the grand total of BCHL players currently playing NCAA D1 is 405 players, which is pretty significant when you think about it. Compared to the NAHL, you know, the NA has per capita a little bit of an edge over the BC, but again, the main message here, the main thing that's important is to pick the best team possible, not just look at the overall league because the BC and the NA are very good, but to pick the best team possible for you and for your own development. And there you have it, guys. That is a wrap for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed enjoyed it and got some value out of it. This video took a ton of time to dig through the research to get the data. If you did like this video, if you did enjoy it, absolutely destroy that like button if you haven't already. It allows more people to see these kind of videos that are interested in junior hockey, NCAA hockey, and so on. So it's gonna help them a ton if you guys like that video. If you're new here, if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward. Also too, if you have any questions, anything whatsoever that you want to bring up to us, definitely drop a comment down below or send us a private email at info@ahadvising.com and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on that next one.